My name's Rebecca, Bishop-Kinlyside. We're doing Sernaio 3, introducing Nadia to the workplace. So I'm going from there. And this is role play A, me interviewing Nadia. Welcome Nadia to the workplace. It's nice to have you on board.
Thanks very much, Rebecca. Nice to be here.
That's all right. So today what we're going to be talking about is an employee manual, going through your job description, what's the expectations, our mature age employment strategy, collaborating with you to create a plan for your integration into the workplace. And then following this meeting, we'll be doing our workplace health and safety induction, and we'll go through how to do reporting and risk management.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Okay, so employee manual. Within our employee manual, have you had a chance to have a look at that yet?
I did actually, and I found it very informative, and I think I've got the basis covered of what I need to know, but we'll just go through just to make sure. Yes.
So within the employee manual, there's your code of conduct. So your code of conduct is basically where you've got to maintain your professionalism within the workplace. It's so that way you can actually meet the standards for best practice and the legislative requirements. So one of the big key things with being case manager is ensuring that you're complying with the Privacy Act when dealing with clients.
Of course, yeah.
And so that way you're maintaining that, getting written consent before disclosing any information of clients.
Is that also, if I disclose information with other staff, do I need written consent?
Yes.
Just to discuss their
Yes.
case with other people? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very important for that because we've got to protect their privacy at all times. And normally when you're dealing with a case, it's just you and the case, the case person. So it's always a good best practice to actually get written consent from the client first before we go through. So that way you don't have to worry about it later down the track. So, and it's part of our customer feedback in customer entry form that we have here in the workplace. Okay. So the other thing that we talk about in the employee manual is your code of ethics, which is the Community Services Code of Ethics. That's underpinned by the Department of Community Services.
Okay.
Now with anything within the workplace, it's always good to we're all about diversity within the workplace here. So we have a wide range of different cultures and employees that work with us. Plus our customers come from diverse backgrounds as well.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we actually are aware of all unconscious biases, which I'm sure you know about from your studies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So can you explain to me how you would actually be aware of your unconscious bias?
Okay.
So one of the ways you can do it is through reflective practice. So reflective practice is where you've got your own values and beliefs, but ensuring that your values and beliefs don't actually interfere with your case work. And so say for example, if you've got a client that is, so what
I don't think that I would have an issue with that because, everybody is different, and I'm not there to judge them. I'm there to help them. So
yeah.
I don't think that I would have a problem with having a bias, conscious or unconscious. I really think that I would be okay, And if I did have a problem with a particular person, I would come to somebody, either you or someone else in management, and say, look, I really think this is clashing with what I believe. Can I move this case on to somebody else, because I don't think that I can handle it. So, I can't foresee that would happen.
Yeah, not a problem. It sounds great. Okay, so with case management, our expectations is that you come to work every day. Of course. That you turn up on time. That we, you're involved with all the meetings and all that sort of stuff, and connect our clients with the services that they need. Yep. So and having it where it's client focused. So ensuring that they make their own decisions and go from there.
Of course.
All right. As part of our mature age employment strategy, we actually do one of the key things that we established with our mature age employment strategy was to collaborate with yourself to ensure that we actually meet what your needs are.
Right.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and we're going to work out what the best strategy for moving forward for you is, and so that way you're supported with as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay, so have you had any thought of what we could do for...
Sort of. I had a thought that maybe to start with, just in the beginning, that I just have a light caseload, like maybe only 3 or 4 cases per week, just to get into it, so I know what I'm doing and that I'm going to be doing it correctly and not have everything piled on top of me all at once.
Yeah.
Is that something that might be okay, like to have just that?
Yeah.
Starting period.
Yeah. So I was actually going to speak. That was one of the things that I actually jotted down before I came into the meeting today, was keeping your KPIs really low to start off with. So that way, and having you check in with me once a week, see how we're travelling, all that sort of stuff. And if we need to review it, we can always do that. And the other thing we do actually do is we provide you with a mentor.
Okay.
So our mentor, so I've actually spoken with Sophia, which is one of our senior caseworkers. She's got a lot of experience within the community, within case management, and I'll be stationing you next to her, so you can bounce ideas off her as well.
Okay.
So
that sounds great. Sounds great.
Awesome. And the other thing as well is we also do have, as we were saying before, we do have our weekly case management meetings. So having you, so you can utilise those case management meetings to discuss any information that you're having issues with. So does that sound great?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. With that, speaking about the cases in the meetings, how does that work with the privacy thing? Like, do I need to get written consent then from all of my cases to be able to discuss them in the meetings, or is it that I just can't say names and things like that, but I can actually discuss the merits of the case?
Yes. So we always discuss the merits of the case, unless we're trying to establish, where it's complex issues and we need other case managers to come in on board, and that's when having that written consent to disclose and share their information is important. So, and we actually have another form that we get the clients to do, to fill out, just so that we can do that.
So good idea.
Yeah.
So I can.
A referral form.
Yeah.
So So and just prior to the meeting that you have prior to us coming into the weekly ones, if you find that you're actually having to need to get more services around those people, what you can actually do is get them to sign that consent form so that way we can refer them to services.
Yep.
And by getting that form signed, we can then you can utilise and get other case workers
yes, that's
come
going to help
through.
me through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay, so a part of the other thing we do actually have as well, because there's a lot of vicarious liability within case management, as you're aware of. So from your studies, so vicarious trauma,
Yep.
yeah, that from your studies,
Yeah.
basically we provide all of our employees with a counselling service, which is available to you 24/7.
Yep.
Okay. It's a free hotline, and you can also use myself and check in with me if you're having any issues with your mental health, or speak to another team member, and you can get the support of other team members as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another thing that's available to you. Okay, so just to recap what we're going to do with your KPI plan, we're doing 3 to 4 cases a week. We're providing you with a mentor, which is Sophia. Our weekly check-ins you're going to check in with me on a weekly basis for the first month, and to see if your KPIs need to be reviewed. And you can use our weekly case management services to actually help with that, for any case management assistance that you need, and then you also have access to our counsellor. Okay. So
Sounds wonderful.
yes. So part of your induction today as well is to go through our workplace health and safety. So workplace health and safety is really important. So after this meeting, I'll give you a tour of the facility, and that way you can know your fire evacuation, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Now, within workplace health and safety, if you ever find as if you're getting bullied or harassed within the workplace, it's really important that you actually come speak to me as soon as possible, and make a complaint, and I will deal with those people that are harassing you in a professional and immediate way, take immediate action. So, because we have a total zero tolerance towards harassment and bullying here.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to come and say, hey, Joe Blog has been harassing me, or anything like that. My door's always open. Same with if you see any other people getting harassed within the workplace, always make sure you report that, and I will take it up with all those things. So because I deal harassment and bullying is to ensure that we comply with legislation requirements and best practice. So yeah, it's all good fun there.
Yeah, well, I've heard that that's pretty much the policy in all workplaces now, is that zero tolerance for that sort of behaviour. So, which I think is a good thing. I mean, it's not necessary. So.
Yeah, that's it. And disciplinary action can be taken against workers. So they can have either leave without pay, and also they could also be fired for it, depending on what type of harassment it was.
Yep.
And there's also legal complications from us if we are doing the right thing. So if I'm not doing my role and supporting you, then you can always speak with the ombudsman and go from there, and get your support. So which you would know from your training anyway. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so now at every meeting I actually do an acknowledgement of country. This is because we actually have 5 members that are actually Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders.
Okay.
So we're all about inclusive practice here. So if you ever see me doing an acknowledgement of country, we're always, it's because of the fact that, to acknowledge our Aboriginal elders.
Okay.
So yeah, and we also celebrate like Mother's Day, Gay and Lesbian Day, Made Up Week, all that sort of stuff. So for our cultural inclusion.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can always, if you have any ideas of any other events that you want to have within the organisation, then just come and speak with me, and I can always help, and we can implement the new days of anything like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
That
go from
sounds
there.
good.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you for coming to the meeting today. What we'll do is we'll go through the workplace tour now, and then following that, you can have a coffee break, and then we'll do the team meeting.
Okay.
So yeah, where you can get to introduce everybody.
Well, I'm excited to meet everybody. I can't wait to start.
Yes. So just in relation to that, are you okay with introducing yourself to the team?
Oh, of course.
Awesome.
I mean, you
Sounds
know
great.
more about me than me. So,
That's it. That's it. All right. Not a problem.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks, Rebecca.